Sometimes instead of being a repair person, you have to become an investigator looking for clues. So this machine just came into the shop. This is a Singer M1500. There are a couple clues I want us to get along here. So first off, we got to go by what the customer told me. And what the customer told me was, it's not working, but I have the bobbin case. So the bobbin case was not in the machine, it was in a separate package. And so you have the hook, the race, and the bobbin case, as well as the bobbin, all separate from the machine. So that's clue number one. Clue number two, if you look right here, you'll notice that our upper tension is set at 7.5. Your upper tension should almost always be right in the middle of the band. So this one goes up to 9, goes down to 0, and look, they even give you a little square around that number 4. Clue number 2. The next thing I'll do is take a look at this machine, and there's another clue that is, well, it's pretty obvious. I don't know if you can see it, but look right in here. Let's just do this with my finger. And what do we have there? Oh, let's zoom in on this clue. We have a bunch of dust. Clue number 3. There is a fourth clue here. Have you seen it? Did you notice what the fourth clue is? Take a look down here. Clue number 4. Look at this bobbin. It is not very tight. It's got a good, like an hourglass shape to it, to the thread on there. So this bobbin wasn't wound correctly, and the bobbin could be causing you tension issues in this machine. So what are these clues telling me? By the dust, we know that this machine hasn't been used in a while or doesn't get used very frequently, and it sits out. When we look at the tension, we know that they were dealing with some sort of tension issue because the stitches didn't look right and they were adjusting this tension to try and get it to work right. They also felt like they had an issue under this needle plate because they pulled out the hook assembly, the race, and the bobbin case. So what I'm learning from this, from the evidence before me, and I don't know this person, but what I gained from this right here is that we have an inexperienced sewer. We had a problem with the machine. We tried ourselves to fix it and couldn't figure it out. Inexperience because we have dust on the machine, so it sits unused for a long period of time. We have improperly wound bobbin, and we have parts that were removed and not put back. So that tells me that this person was probably inexperienced. So there's a good chance with this machine that I put everything back together, wind a correct bobbin, and it's going to work perfectly. So what dilemma does that put me in when I'm using time and labor to fix a machine that's not really broken? Speaking of inexperienced sewists or sewers or whatever you want to be called, we have a new t-shirt. Today's repair is brought to you by sewingmachinerepairguy.com, and our new t-shirts, keep calm and rethread. That'll fix most of your sewing machine problems, is just rethreading your machine. And in this case, this one could be fixed possibly by rewinding a bobbin. Without any further ado, let's get to the teardown. The Singer M1500 is a popular entry-level mechanical sewing machine designed for beginners and casual users. It has 57 stitch applications for versatility on a budget. Despite being a basic model, it offers 57 different stitch applications. It's beginner-friendly with pre-threaded convenience. It arrives pre-threaded right out of the box, which is a huge time saver for first-time users. Did they really tell people this? So you don't learn how to thread your machine as the first thing you do, you just kind of start and then you have to deal with it later? That's an interesting way to teach that. A durable metal frame in a budget machine. Ooh, we'll find that out. We'll see if that's true. A durable metal frame. The interior boasts a sturdy full metal frame for stability and longevity. This construction provides better vibration control than all plastic machines. Getting ready to do some prying, and I'd like to introduce you to the new tools. So we have new pry tools that actually have my name on them, Sewing Machine Repair Guy. It took a while to finally bite the bullet and get some that actually are personalized and have the Sewing Machine Repair Guy logo / words on there. So hope you enjoy. Generous sewing space for larger projects with a 5.6-inch throat space. And it surprisingly accommodates bigger items like quilts or garments, better than many ultra-compact machines. And then they always hide that sneaky screw on that front panel, way back there in the back. As a side note, while I'm taking this machine apart, you'll notice we have two different screws here. So it is very important to put the right screws in the right spots. And the screws will tell you which spots they need to be in. This screw right here with the threads that are very far apart, it also has a very sharp bottom because it's got a cutout there. And what that does is it cuts plastic as you install the screw and makes the threads. So in the factory, they use these kind of screws because they just run it in there and it makes its own threads as they put the machine together. So this screw is for plastic, and then this is what's called a machine screw, and this one goes into metal. So when you're putting your machine back together, you look into that hole, and if it looks like plastic, you need to put these screws in. If it looks like metal, you need to put this screw in. You can run a metal screw into plastic, and you can do vice versa, and it will mess up your machine. So it'll make future maintenance a lot more difficult. So make sure you put the right screws in the right place. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Here's another clue. This machine looks immaculate. I mean, not even a shred of dust in here. Still has factory lubrication that looks great. Hasn't picked up any dust. The only dust we have is up here on the part that was sticking out of the machine for that reverse. Alright, I'm about to put this machine back together. We'll see you on the other side. Alright, I don't know how bad the LED is going to mess with the cameras. So far it looks like it's doing alright. First thing we got to do on this machine is wind a bobbin, because I unwound the bobbin that was there to begin with. So 1, and then 2, it goes around the front, then around the back, crosses over, because I'm following the little dotted line on top here. Following the little dotted line on the top here. Pass it through. Do that. Alright, and then now we're going to... What is it? Okay. Now we're going to wind our bobbin. So we've still got a little bit of an issue with this bobbin. And I think what our problem is that the height on our tension for our bobbin winding is a little high. Alright, so this bobbin is a lot tighter. It is still slightly conical, but it's not, that's the best I could get it really with the adjustments that we had on this one. So that might just be what you get with a Singer M1500. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can get. Can't say that I'm 100% happy with that. I think we're still working out some of the oil that I put in there, but alright, let's try some other stitches. Oh, that looks good. Okay, we're getting there. Did I even show you? So there's the front. There's the back. That actually looks pretty good. How many stitches did that thing that I read tell you? Because they lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus buttonhole. Well, whatever I read during the teardown was a lie. Ooh, that was AI. I asked AI about this machine. And that's what you get when you talk to AI. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's try that straight stitch again. See how that looks. Now that we've loosened up the machine a little bit. Oh yeah, much better. That is much better. Okay. So now this machine is sewing great. I'm going to sew a few more strips, different things, but I'm not going to show you all that. So today we got to investigate and find that we had an inexperienced sewer, probably something wrong with the bobbin that was wound incorrectly, and then it could have been threaded incorrectly for all we know. There wasn't any thread in the machine. So that's it. I mean, this machine is sewing great. And I'm going to leave it threaded so they can see what it looks like threaded. And I'm going to show them, give them some examples of what this machine did. And tell them to make sure they're reading the instructions. Thanks for watching.